All right, welcome back to another episode of the Perfect 10 podcast. I'm one half of your host today. I'm Daniel Dees. Alongside me, as always, Jacob Hardy.
You know it.
Today, we are brought to you by Boot Crew Media. That's it. All right, so I'm not going to do my trivia question just yet. That's coming for later.
Okay.
So it's one of those things. It ties into one of my picks.
What about Kelly Gibson?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Slow your roll, Turbo. All right. This episode's also brought to you by the Kelly Gibson Foundation.
You could see it if you were watching the pod.
Yeah. We'll upload it to YouTube.
I'm getting there, dude.
The Kelly Gibson Foundation is a community-driven nonprofit organization that focuses on supporting first responders, military initiatives, and children's athletic programming through golf in the greater New Orleans and Gulf Coast region. For more information, go to www.kellygibsonfoundation.org. Again, that website is www.kellygibsonfoundation.org.
There you go.
Yeah. So what are we doing today?
Oh, yeah. So today we are giving you the top 10 dumbest moments in sports history.
Yeah. As I said in the last episode, I didn't do like bloopers or like follies. None of that. Like what I picked is stuff that like messed up legacies and stuff. Like, I had like big time ramifications on careers.
So,
and one pick had a big time ramification on history.
So yeah, none of mine are bloopers.
All right, cool.
A lot of mine have ramifications.
All right, so honorable mention. I'll go ahead and dive in my honorable mention.
Oh wait, one of mine is a blooper. Dang it, just one.
All right, so when you think of dumbest moments in sports history, this is why the dude gets honorable mention. It's Leon Lett. Like he had that moment in the snow against the Miami Dolphins. He has something go on in the Super Bowl where he gave up a touchdown because he was celebrating before he crossed the goal line.
Yep.
Whatever. All right. But that's an honorable mention. Another honorable mention I have is Mike Ditka trading the whole draft and picks next year just to get Ricky Williams.
Yeah. Okay. So
I got the Mets paying Bobby Bonilla.
For what, like 30 years?
30 years. They could have just paid that full $3 million up front. I think it was $3 million up front and be done with it. But no, they thought they were going to.
Wasn't it like $1 million a year?
Yeah.
For 30 years?
Yeah. The dude's still cashing checks.
I mean, hey, props.
I mean, I would have took that instantly.
So those are hindsight bias, though. Which my only
I feel like at the time everybody was like, dude, what the fuck?
My only honorable mention is also hindsight bias.
All right. I got David Stern blocking the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers.
I almost put that when I thought about it because it makes no sense now. Immediately after that, it's
like, why the hell?
Well, that was only because the league owned the
Hornets at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was before Tom Benson bought it.
Right.
All right. My next one is the Vikings trading all their picks for Herschel Walker, which ended up getting them Emmitt Smith and all those assets and creating the Cowboys dynasty.
Yep.
I got the USFL letting Trump talk them into competing with the NFL in the fall, moving from spring football to fall football to compete with the NFL.
That was like the only successful spring football league, right?
Yeah. And like they were killing it and they competed with the NFL and got mauled.
Yeah.
I got the Blazers drafting Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I feel like I almost didn't put that because I felt like that was a hindsight pick, but when I did my research, yeah, everybody thought that was a dumb pick, a dumb move.
Okay.
I got Mike Tyson burning his bridges with Teddy Atlas because after Cus D'Amato died, Teddy Atlas still could have trained him, still could have been the same killer we saw on all those Mike Tyson things in the early 80s. But Tyson and Teddy Atlas didn't get along, so he burned his bridges. Like he threatened Teddy Atlas and he stopped training. So it was just Cus D'Amato and Mike Tyson. Then Cus D'Amato dies and Mike Tyson just has his downfall from there.
Okay.
I got Plaxico Burress taking a gun to the nightclub.
Dude, yes. How I didn't think of that, I do not know.
Right. And my final honorable mention, I got a fan throws a drink at Ron Artest.
Starting the brawl, yeah.
Yep, Malice at the Palace.
So my only honorable mention, just because I just stopped the list at a certain point, I got Jamarcus Russell being drafted #1 overall, / his entire career.
Yeah, that was a hindsight, but at the time, it made sense. He was the best quarterback in that draft, prospect-wise. He was better than Brady Quinn.
He only had a strong arm.
But he had But he had better tape and better mechanics than Brady Quinn, though.
Well, that was just because Brady Quinn's delivery is the longest delivery you've ever seen. He crow-hopped the ball.
Yeah, he was a lot like Tebow in his delivery. So it wasn't outside. It wasn't a stupid pick at that moment.
Yeah, but sure.
It was stupid because the entire Raiders coaching staff was like, look, we got to get Calvin Johnson. And Al Davis was like,
But that's the thing. Just get a better player. It doesn't have to be a quarterback.
Yeah. Because Lane Kiffin was like, no, we really want Calvin Johnson. Like, this is a generational talent at wide receiver. We can do it. We could bring Aaron Brooks back and it'll be all right. We can find a quarterback later.
Yeah. So that was my only honorable mention, though.
All right. So you can go ahead and dive into your 10-9-8.
My number 10 spot. kind of cheated this pick because it's not necessarily a moment in sports history. It's actually a rule.
I'll take a rule because that rule was put into place back in history.
And it's happened many times during games, and it never makes sense.
Okay.
I got the fact that if the offense fumbles a ball through the end zone that they're running into, it becomes a touchback and a possession for the other team.
Yeah, that's a stupid rule.
Dumbest rule of all time.
Because the defense didn't recover and they had no chance of recovering.
Nobody recovered.
I've seen that. It's where a guy fumbles the ball. Defense clearly never could have got to it. If it just mark it down at the 20.
No, and not even that. So just make it to where possession, like if it goes out of bounds in any way, possession goes back to the loss of possession.
Yeah.
So maybe
that works for me too.
Maybe it's at the 1 yard. Because I mean, the offensive player possessed the ball up to, it's like forward progress. Just make it forward progress.
Yeah.
Until the end of possession.
Yeah. I like
pretty
that.
simple.
Yeah.
The fact that if if you're just reaching out to try and get a touchdown and you lose possession and it goes out of it's a turnover and a touchback for the other team. I don't know how this rule hasn't been, of all the rules that get changed all the time. How has this one not been addressed? It's clearly the dumbest rule that's ever been made.
Yeah.
I guess I understand if you are running the ball and a defender comes and punches the ball out and then they don't get an opportunity, if it just flies out of bounds out the back of the end zone and they don't get an opportunity to, take it, then that somewhat makes sense that they should get a chance at the ball, but it doesn't. It just doesn't.
There's a defensive guy who loves to play defense in high school or coaches defense who's like mad at you right now.
Yeah, but it just doesn't punch the ball out. You stopped them from scoring. They have to go back to the last place they possessed it.
Yeah.
You're still ending the play.
Right.
You're doing your job as a defender.
Right.
But it makes no sense that it's a turnover.
I agree 100%.
So that's my number 10 spot. My number 9, I feel like we're going to overlap on a handful of these.
We'll see.
I don't know. My number 9 spot, I got Mike Tyson biting off Holyfield's ears.
Okay. In Mike Tyson's defense, Holyfield was headbutting his ass the whole fight.
Barely.
But he was still headbutting him. So Mike was like, fuck this.
I'm going to bite his ear off.
Man, he didn't know it was going to come off.
He bit one ear and then bit the other off.
Okay, he didn't know the ear was just.
He had already gotten a warning about biting the ear. Did he not?
It's not Tyson's. Yeah, he already got a warning for biting, and Holyfield got more warnings for headbutt. Never got a point taken. So Tyson's like, fuck it. But it's not like Tyson knew Holyfield's ear was made of pussy.
Okay, but still, it's a dumb. You're wearing a mouthpiece for one.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think about anything. It's just like a little, like you pull your kid's ear.
Yeah,
that's the boxing equivalent, I guess.
It's still stupid. I mean, sure, he'll live on in infamy because
he's selling like edibles now in the shape of ears.
Is what it is.
Might as well.
So that's my 9 spot. My number 8 spot, I got Paul Pierce pooping his pants.
Oh, I forgot that shit. Literally. I love a good Paul Pierce drag. I hate that dude.
And I love that he played as if he was injured. And
he went off in a wheelchair.
He went off in a wheelchair and then comes jogging back on after.
Yeah, you're in a wheelchair. You ain't jogging in a few minutes.
You can't jog. You got to at least limp back on, dog.
My man shit himself.
And you could see the brown spot on the pants, on the shorts.
Yeah, he definitely shit himself.
It's just...
And the fact he still denies it to this day with video evidence. Come on.
Does he?
Yeah, he denies it.
I thought.
Yeah, one time he teased it. Then he was like, "Nah, I didn't shit myself." He said it was sweat. If you're sweating and it causes browns, then homie, you ain't wiping your ass. You ain't
wiping good enough, dog. Tighten that up.
And you wearing white anyways.
Correct.
So you dumb no matter what, no matter how you spin it.
It's tough, dude. Tough.
All right, so that's your 10-9-8?
Yes.
My number 10, I got Brett Favre unretiring twice. I feel like that. If he would,
but he played good though.
I understand.
So it's not that dumb.
I understand that, but because of him unretiring, he did end up being career interceptions because of that. And if he would have retired a Packer and stay retired, I feel like we'd see him in a more positive light, legacy wise.
Nah, I still love Brett Favre.
Yeah, he pissed off a lot of people. He got on a lot of people's nerves with that. I feel like he'd be more universally loved. Because not only did he,
the fact that he went and played for the Vikings.
Well, at first he he wanted to get traded to the Vikings.
The Jets was a bad move.
Jets was a bad move, but he did that just so, and he retired again, just so he can get out of that contract. And he unretired so he can go play for the Vikings, the division rival of the Packers.
Right. But the Vikings, he tore it up with the Vikings.
Oh, he was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
They made it to the playoffs, right?
Yeah, and then he got like killed by the Saints that year. Yeah.
That's right.
All right, my number 9. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers letting Bo Jackson visit because they told him because they were going to draft him first overall, and they let him come visit, and he was like, "It's not going to mess with your eligibility to play baseball at Auburn." Well, it turns out NCAA said that's an impermissible benefit. You can't play baseball now. So Bo Jackson's pissed at this point. And he says, "Well, if you draft me, I'm not playing for you." So he goes off and plays baseball.
Oh,
yeah.
I never looked that deep into it.
Yeah, I mean,
wait, so he couldn't go back to college and play baseball?
Because by going to visit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that was deemed an impermissible benefit.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the NCAA.
Gotta love the NCAA, dude.
I mean, it was dumb for the Buccaneers to do it. They didn't know the rule.
They should. I mean, well, they should have known.
Well, the NCAA should have stepped in at first.
Right.
It's a dumb rule to begin with.
Correct.
Why can't he visit a pro team that's scouting him?
Right. And if you don't have an agent, right, the agent thing is the rule right now.
Yeah, he didn't have an agent.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my number 8. Marshawn Lynch not getting the ball in the Super Bowl, the goal line.
Okay. Yeah, I did not think of that, but that is like one of the all-time
bonehead moves.
But wasn't it 4th down?
It was 4th and goal.
Right, from like the 1.
The 1. You got to get it to Marshawn.
Well, that's what everybody's thinking.
Okay.
But if you lose that way, is what it is.
Because everybody says, yeah, you had to do it that moment. But then you get those smarts. Yeah, everybody knew he was going to run. So why'd you run it? But that's your best hand right there. You just got to let Marshawn be Marshawn in that moment.
Yeah.
Not throw it, not let Russell Wilson drop back under pressure and just throw in the end zone.
Yeah.
I feel like the Marshawn was the safer bet.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of universally known as this is your guy. This is your offense. If you're going to lose it like this.
Right. And that was back when Russell Wilson wasn't at like his peak either.
Right.
So you couldn't really put it in his hands
just yet.
Yeah. He's preheating.
Yeah.
So that's my 10-9-8.
Okay. Oh, all right. So my number 7 spot, kind of a blanket statement. I got players dropping the ball in celebration before they cross the goal line.
Yep. You love to see it, but you hate to see it.
Specifically, there was the Utah team, 2014, Kalen Clay.
Yeah.
They were up 7-0, and it was like I think it was a reception, but he dropped it before he got in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was Oregon they were playing. A dude ran and picked it up and ran it back the other way for a touchdown. So instead of being up 14-0, they were tied 7-7.
Yeah.
And then they end up getting blown out by like 30 points.
Yeah.
But like any player dropping the ball before the end zone is 10 yards deep. You're going to drop it a yard before you can't step in a yard and then drop it.
Yeah. That's stupid.
I mean, it's just dumb. And it's happened so many times.
Just drop it when you get to the back of the end zone.
I mean, even still, I love the Honey Badger to death. He returned a punt, I think it was, and they ended up not seeing it till like afterward in review.
I will mention Tyrann Mathieu not staying off the weed his last year at LSU.
Okay, that is a good honorable mention. Love the Honey Badger.
I finally forgiven him for that because I felt like if he would not got suspended, we would have beat Bama that year because I feel like he could have got a stop on that final Bama drive.
Yeah,
and then we would have went on to beat the shit out of Notre Dame in the Natty.
Yeah, there you go. But no, he even still on a punt return, he turned and tossed it to the ref like at like the quarter yard, like at the ball. They didn't review it or anything, but it was still,
right.
Also, honorable mention, didn't even think about this. 2013, no. What was the year Odell? We were playing at Ole Miss. Odell one-handed the kickoff in the back of the end zone, like it was nothing, and then he muffed the punt.
Mm-hmm.
Same game. That's just a blooper, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you can one-hand a kickoff in the back of hop up and one-hand it, that's insane.
It is.
And then you just straight up just muff up, just a punt straight to you in the chest.
I guess because you just get like your body's running and you haven't really got possession of it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that was so my number 7 was dropping the ball for you. The end zone. My number 6 spot, This is one that I found during research
Okay.
because I didn't know this happened, but it is unbelievable. Jean Van de Velde. He lost a 3-shot lead on the 18th hole.
Oh shit.
And
You cannot pull me out of that depression.
hold on, dude. It was hold on, give it just a second. Oh, if this is gonna pull up. Dude, I thought I had wait. Because you gotta understand that the context. Where's it at? Dude, this is gonna bother me. Never mind. Not going to show up. Anyway, but he lost. So on the 18th hole, he triple bogeyed. He was up by 3.
Damn.
Triple bogeyed to go into a playoff. Lost the playoff. It wasn't like the PGA Championship or something like that. It was in a major.
Like, how do you rebound from that?
How do you have a 3-shot lead on the last hole?
And you blow it?
Just absolute mental collapse.
That's just the pressure cooking you.
Right. So, I mean, it's not like a blooper. Like, it's the 10 cup thing. Easy win.
I feel like they probably based 10 cup off of that.
But yeah, so he triple bogeyed on the 18th and then loses in a playoff. I mean, just absolute mental meltdown.
Yeah. Damn, that sucks.
Hate to see it.
I mean,
and it is a dumb moment because it is a mental collapse.
Yeah, because you're being stupid. You're getting in your own head and you're just not playing what got you there. And
I mean, double bogey and you win.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, my number 7. I will probably get some hate for this by a bunch of fanboys, but it needs to be said. I got Conor McGregor boxing Floyd Mayweather.
That is dumb.
Hey, he got paid great. And he actually
that's fair.
He got paid great. And he actually won some rounds against Floyd. Also great. But because of that, he thought those boxing skills that he learned during that training camp could transition over to MMA. He changed his stance up. He abandoned a lot of his kicks. And he sucked since then.
Yeah.
Since he boxed Floyd Mayweather, his only win was Donald Cerrone. He's fought 4 times since then.
Yeah, tough.
Got killed by Khabib and got killed by Poirier twice. He only beat Donald Cerrone, and before that, Donald Cerrone has not won a fight. He was on a 2-fight losing streak, and he hasn't won a fight since. So Conor has not looked great since he boxed Floyd.
So also, like, it's so annoying because, like, we're both fans of MMA.
Yeah.
Because we appreciate, like, how difficult it is.
Mm-hmm.
Which I get it. Boxing is also.
Boxing's MMA is way harder. I'll argue it down that MMA is the hardest sport.
Well, MMA, you're using everything. Boxing, you're just using.
There's so many avenues for you to lose.
Yeah. So the thing is, these boxers will never go fight in a cage.
I mean, it's happened. James Toney fought Randy Couture and got the shit kicked out of him.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. They're like, nowadays it's all about like all these boxers convincing these MMA guys to come over and fight in a boxing.
And their cop out is, well, I don't get the money in MMA.
But still,
that's their cop out. That's their excuse. You can't pay me enough to get in there. Just say you're a pussy.
Right.
Just say you don't want to get kicked in the leg. Say you don't want to get taken down.
You don't want to get choked out.
Yeah, you just say that.
It takes so long to train for MMA. Like
even if there was altered rules and they allow kicks and clinching, they'd still get their ass whipped.
Right.
Because what would they do if they ate a leg kick? They wouldn't, because that boxing style, when you're light on your feet, you get kicked in the leg, you're going to fall. Well, if you have a heavy boxing stance, you're going to get kicked in the leg. That leg's going to fucking break.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what bothers me about this whole matchup is that like they're just so one-sided because a boxer's practice boxing their entire life.
Yeah, they're just boxing.
MMA guy, even if you work on your hands every single day, you got to work on your takedowns, you got to work on your defense, you got to work on your submissions. Like
right. And I love boxing. Boxing was my first love of a sport was boxing. But MMA, it's just it's
a whole different animal.
It's a more complicated animal.
Absolutely.
It's like, would you rather be killed by a lion or would you rather go in there with a gorilla and just get hurt?
Yeah.
I mean, the gorilla
is like a pretzel.
Yeah. Like he will that gorilla will fuck you up way worse than a lion. It will hurt way worse.
Yeah.
Lion, I feel like it'd be over quicker, but that gorilla, he's going to break every bone in your body and peel your face like a banana.
Right.
That's basically the difference. All right. But I digress. Yeah. Number 7, Conor McGregor boxing Floyd Mayweather. Number 6, this has historical consequences. I got Rich Rodriguez backing out of the Bama deal. Yeah, he was supposed to be Bama's coach and not Nick Saban. He was
I don't know that name.
he coached Michigan before.
Oh, Rich Rod.
Yeah, Rich Rod.
Oh, was he also the special teams coach of the Colts? I feel like I hear Pat McAfee talk about Rich Rod all the time.
Hold on, let's see. I feel like I know he was at West Virginia.
Okay, yeah, West Virginia.
He was at West Virginia.
That's what I'm
Arizona. Hold on, let me see. I might be getting that.
Yeah, he was at West Virginia whenever Pat McAfee was there. That's why I recognize Rich Rod.
Yeah. West Virginia, then Michigan, then Arizona. But now he's at Jacksonville State.
Okay.
But
Jacksonville State, that's where Coach Prime plays. His coaches, huh?
No, he's Jackson State.
Jackson State, okay.
Yeah, JSU is in Florida. But yeah, like what that's like a what if. Like, what if Rich Rod was like, yeah, I feel like Bama's the better move here, not Michigan. Because man, what if?
So that's what we also have a list like that's on the list. Top 10 sports what ifs.
Yeah, I would love that list so much.
But it's going to be so much deep diving for that one.
That's what I love. I mean, I love good what if.
Right.
Because then you can just let your imagination run wild.
Fair.
That's one of them. Like, what if Rich Rodriguez kept that Bama deal, not back out and go to Michigan? What would college football look like? Would Nick Saban have, because at this point, Nick Saban was out at the Dolphins. Where would he have ended up? Some say he could have went to Michigan State.
Oh, so this was like 2008. Okay.
Saban was pretty much already out the door at Miami. Would he have been?
Maybe he would have came back. No,
because Les Miles was there and he was looking good.
Yeah, it was early.
He could have.
Maybe he would have went to Michigan.
I don't think he's a Michigan State guy. I don't think he'd have went to Michigan.
Fair.
But
who knows?
Again, who the fuck knows?
Who knows?
I like to peek in the crystal ball and see what would happen if that would have happened.
It'd be sweet if you had some sort of algorithm you could just plug in. If this happened, then this. Boom. Tells you the answer.
Absolutely.
That was
I like to do that for my number one.
Okay. That was your 7-6?
Yeah.
My number 5 spot. This is the only one that's really I don't know, maybe 5 and 4 bloopers. Anyway, 5 spot. I got the butt fumble.
Poor Mark Sanchez. I like Mark Sanchez.
The Sanchez, I mean, like, sure, he wasn't.
Give him credit. He brought the damn Jets to the AFC Championship.
What, twice?
Twice in a row.
Did he lose both?
Yeah, he never didn't go to Super Bowl.
Yeah. So, I mean,
where were the Jets before Mark Sanchez?
And what have they been since? That's fair.
Yeah. I think if he'd have got drafted and he'd have got a good support system, I think he'd have been great.
But the butt fumble was just
that killed his career.
I mean, unbelievable.
That was like,
I think that was like you remember back when Sports Center was still a good show to watch, and at the end of every hour, the last 5 minutes, like the last 5 or 10 minutes, they always played the top 10 plays.
Yeah,
every hour. Then every Friday they would do the not top 10.
Yeah, like dumb shit.
And then when they got to the number 1, they would have a competition between this week's not top 10 and the reigning not top 10. I think it stayed at number 1 for like 29 weeks straight. Like they eventually just said, all right, we got to
retire it.
We got to retire it because you can't get worse than the butt fumble.
Yeah. If he could take away one thing from his life, it has to be the butt fumble. He could probably have like herpes or something. He'd probably keep the herpes over the butt fumble.
I can't think of another player that just ran into one of their players. Now, they didn't get tackled, just smashed into his offensive lineman's butt, fumbled, bounced off and fell down and fumbled the ball.
Yes.
Just terrible. Hate to see it, That's my
it's like one of the greatest Jets moments ever.
I mean, I don't know about great. It's sure.
That's a defining moment for your franchise because that's what your franchise is.
That's just what you are. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so that's my number 5 spot. My number 4 spot. This one hurts. We've talked about it before. I got John Carney botches the extra point after the 7 laterals.
I feel like you would have had that one.
I mean,
we have not overlapped once yet.
What a time to miss an extra point.
That was the worst time.
And that was back when it was on
that was a
2-yard line.
That was a chip shot.
That was back when it used to be like a 17-yard.
Yeah, like a high school kid could kick that.
I could kick it.
I feel like I could kick that too.
Like he's hit
John Carney, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
So hard wide.
I feel like that's the moment you're trying too hard.
I mean, what it was 7 laterals, like the most wild ending of all time, and then missed the extra point. Game over.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's my 4 spot.
All right, my number 5 spot. I got Pete Rose gambling on baseball.
Dude did not think of that.
Yeah,
But he bet on his own team, though.
Okay, but
I
still,
understand.
Everybody knew that rule, though.
Rule 1 of baseball is you don't bet on baseball.
Because the difference between what he did and what the Black Sox did, like Joe Jackson's White Sox, was there was no precedent in there. Like nobody knew what the hell would happen if we got caught doing this. But Pete Rose knew.
Wait. Oh, the Black Sox was like the early 1900s.
Yeah. They got caught gambling on baseball. And then.
But the thing was, though, I guess no gambling was legal at the time. Sports gambling.
Yeah.
So fixing games was clearly illegal, though.
Yeah. But you didn't know what the consequence was. Maybe just a slap on the wrist. But
clearly it's illegal.
Yeah. But Pete Rose, that again, he knew the consequence.
So when Pete Rose did it, they did say there is no gambling.
So like the White Sox, like the guys from the Black Sox, he's banned for the Hall of Fame for life. And I think that's stupid.
That is stupid.
Okay.
It would be different if he bet on the other team.
Yeah.
All of his bets
or a game that had nothing
in any way, he bet on his own team.
I think it would have been less bad if he'd have bet on a game that had nothing to do with the game going on.
Not his game at all.
So say like the Reds are playing the Phillies and he bet on
the Cardinals.
The Cardinals versus the Mariners.
Yeah, but even still, there could be some sort of like, they might think that he's like, since he's in the league, maybe he's talking to somebody on some other team.
I get that.
Cleanest way to do it is, hey, I'm betting on my team to win.
Right.
There can be, I don't even understand how that's illegal.
Yeah. Okay. While we're on the subject of them gambling being banned for life from baseball, not getting the Hall of Fame, I'm of the mind you're banned for life. Once you die, that's over. Put them in the Hall of Fame, like Joe Jackson.
Okay, banned for life. I got you. Like you're saying during your lifespan, you can't go in, but post.
You can go.
Okay.
I feel like that should be it.
Well, I mean, absolutely. It's dumb not to let him in anyway. Like I say, how is it? I mean, I understand it is written you don't gamble on baseball. But if you're betting on your team, how is there any possible negative connotation to it?
That's just you believing in your squad.
That's it. And you win, you like what you. It just, I don't like if you're saying, hey, my team's going to win.
I mean, if he's betting the overs and putting a shitty,
okay, that's different.
That's a different scenario.
If you're trying to shave points or whatever,
yeah,
or
from the over and under,
or go up to your homie like, hey, dog, go knock one out right now. If you're influencing anything in any way, that's fine. But if you're just saying we're going to win, you're trying to win anyway.
Yeah,
every game.
That's right.
So what's the, ridiculous
bullshit. All right, and number 4, another guy who's not getting the Hall of Fame. All right. The action itself is dumb. I'll say that right now.
Okay.
But the fact that this guy did the action makes it incredibly stupid. I got Barry Bonds using steroids. Like he was a Hall of Fame player, generational talent to begin with. But he just wanted to hit longer dingers and.
Well, so do you listen to American Scandal?
Mm-mm.
I mean, we're going to give him a promo here, but so it's all about the very first episode, I think is the Balco situation, the steroids in baseball.
Yeah.
Go give it a listen.
I will.
It's like, apparently, if they represent it correctly, it's all about like, he would have been the first one to say like, he's not cheating the game, blah, blah, blah. And then he saw all the attention that like McGwire, which to be fair,
I get that.
I never heard a word about Barry Bonds until after.
Everybody, he was a motherfucker on the Pirates.
Right.
He was great.
But
he was already a Hall of Famer.
They were getting all the attention, blah, blah, blah. And then he decided, okay, well, if everybody, it's kind of like a Lance Armstrong situation.
Everybody's doing it. So
if everybody's doing it, why ain't I?
Yeah.
Which that is an excuse. It's not a good excuse.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for that, though, I feel like we'd see him at like we see Griffey.
Correct. I agree.
Yeah. Because Griffey did it the right way.
And Griffey was beloved.
And I think he's the most universally loved athlete.
Gotta be.
I've never,
of all time.
I've never heard one fan of baseball saying, you know what, fuck Griffey.
Think about any player in any sport. Damian Lillard, universally loved.
Yeah.
But hardly anybody knows. Everybody knows Griffey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of any player in any other sport ever.
That's his
Mike
Gretzky?
Trout,
No, I can't say Gretzky. Mike Trout's a good pick.
Albert Pujols.
Pujols is a great pick. Baseball has a lot of beloved figures.
Yeah, because there's certain people that are monsters that you feel like are doing it the right way. Pujols and Trout are both two of those guys
who do it the right way.
Never got busted for anything that I can think of. Did Pujols go through something?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Mariano
Rivera. Yeah.
I think even Red Sox fans like him.
I feel like it's mostly offensive players, like hitters, though.
Yeah.
Like a football player. I guess Tom Brady's gotten there.
No, nobody. Tom Brady has his haters.
Yeah.
Marshawn
Lynch. Yeah.
I think he's the closest universally loved football player I can think of.
Or like Peyton Manning.
I hate Peyton.
See, a lot of, he just looks funny.
Ed Reed?
Nah, a lot of people don't like Ed Reed. I love Ed Reed.
I love me some Ed Reed.
I don't know. I feel like we get on this road for hours, dude.
Hold on.
Hey, top 10 universally loved players, dude.
That's already on the list. Oh, we already know the number one is going to be Griffey.
Wait, is universally loved players on the list?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have it on the menu. This is buried deep, though.
Okay.
But hold on. I'm like determined to find a football player. It would have been Brett Favre.
Let's see. It would have been Pat Mahomes before last year and his dumbass brother.
Oh, who wasn't for his dumbass brother and his dumbass wife? He'd be universally loved. Moss?
Megatron?
Ooh, Megatron's a good one.
Everybody loved Megatron.
Because Barry Sanders. Everybody felt sorry for him because they played for the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing.
Walter Payton.
I mean, that's too far back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like right now.
Moss?
I mean, I love Randy Moss.
I mean, the only people I know who hate on Randy Moss is like old guys.
Right.
But they don't count.
Yeah, the racist people. That's tough, dude.
Offensive line don't count either. I can name
No.
Gronk?
It's got to be a skill player.
Is Gronk universal?
I mean, I love Gronk, but I don't
Aaron
love
Hernandez? Just all right. Well, now we got to move
anyway.
on.
All right. Anyway.
So that's my number 4. Bungees and steroids.
Okay, so my number 3 spot. We kind of somewhat addressed some people that were involved in this just now, but I don't know why. I can't stand Eli Manning. I didn't make you almost spit your beer out there, dude, but
I mean, he's a window licker.
he's a mouth breather.
Yeah. He has rolled some
a fog
short
machine.
buses on his life.
But
His
anyway,
school bus was not longer than the other people's.
so my number 3, I got the helmet catch.
That wasn't a dumb moment. That's just luck.
Okay, no, the ball touched the ground.
I mean, he had control, though.
He had one hand on it on his helmet. Didn't have,
It's control, though.
So the dumb part is that was very recently after they instated the in the grasp rule with the quarterbacks to protect them from just being slammed to the ground. Eli should have been called in the grasp 3 seconds before he got escaped, and like 2 offensive linemen had him in their hands.
Yeah.
And if you watch it, it looks like they just let him go because they're like they were scared.
On the flip side,
Because they were scared if they would have gotten a penalty, then it would have been a first down.
Oh, could you imagine if you'd have bet Patriots points on that? How would you feel watching that helmet catch if you bet on the Patriots?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, so many people, I'm sure. And that was the undefeated season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing was, they had him in the grasp. Like, and that was that year. Like, every year they emphasize something.
Mm-hmm.
They're always emphasizing some rule, whatever. That was when they're emphasizing the roughing the pass or whatever, slamming them to the ground. And that's when they instated it in the grasp rule. So if you just grab them for a second, they blow the whistle, call it dead. So you don't hammer them.
Yeah.
Like 2 linemen had him in the grasp, just in their hands. And then he wiggled around, spun out, and then just heaved it up. So it was it was one of those things where it appeared as if the defensive lineman thought, okay, we got him.
Yeah.
And then wait, they didn't blow it dead? Like, why didn't they blow it dead? And then that dumb thing led to the most ridiculous catch of all time, which led to them going on to, Giants going on to win the game.
Yeah.
And I hate Eli Manning. So
He just looks like he should not be a professional.
he should have been called down, dude.
He should have been.
That was the dumb moment.
He should have been pulled out and blown on his mom's face.
So that was my number 3 spot.
All right. My number 2 spot is attached with a trivia question. Number 2, I got the Red Sox selling Babe Ruth to the Yankees to fund the play No Nanette. It's okay. I can understand trading Babe Ruth for money to buy other players. I could get that. I could get on board with that. But to fund a Broadway musical,
Okay.
how much do they sell them for?
This was what? Like the.
Hold on. I can give you the year. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, give me the year. Because I'm trying to think. We've been over this before. I feel like it was an absurdly small amount. But back, you got to think of the conversion rate.
1920. Let me adjust it, the actual price on
Okay, well, back was it like 33 grand?
100,000.
Okay. Well, I was trying to shoot low.
All right, let's see. Inflation calculator.
100,000, 1920.
So 1920.
Wait. So what was the transaction?
That was it.
100 grand?
100 grand. That's only worth 1.4 million.
No way. That's cheap.
That is cheap for George Herman Ruth. I'll tell you that.
The Babe.
So yeah, if you're a Red Sox fan, I'm sorry for bringing that up to you, but just think if you wouldn't have sold
one
the Babe,
person's not going to like that a lot.
yeah. I mean,
He'll get over it.
oh, honorable mention, Bill Buckner letting the ball run go between his legs.
Hate to see it.
I mean, you can put a lot of dumb Red Sox moments before 2004.
I hear you.
Yeah, I mean,
So that was your number.
number 2, Red Sox selling Babe Ruth for $100,000 to fund a play called No Nanette.
Let's see. So wait, that'd be your number 3.
Oh shit!
Did you skip one?
I skipped my number 3.
Dude. Drink.
Ah,
Yeah, normally it's me as you see your 2 beers in over here messing up your picks, dude.
no, it has nothing to do with it. I actually scrolled up too far, so I'll go to my number 3 next.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, my number 2, we're all mixed up now, dude.
But don't worry, I'm going to rant on my number 3, so it makes up for it.
Okay. So my number 2, I got Mike Tomlin trips Jacoby Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all time, like, there's 60 cameras.
You ain't going to get away with it.
How do you think you're going to just lackadaisically ease your way back? Oh, I'm in the field. Whoa.
Oh, my foot.
My foot kicked back a little. I tripped the guy that was about to score a touchdown.
I'm like a huge Mike Tomlin fan, but that was dumb as shit.
I love Mike Tomlin too. Dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, it should be my number 1, honestly.
Oh, no, my number 1 is going to beat your number 1.
For dumbest. Okay, well, yeah, because mine's biased. But Mike Tomlin tripping, I don't know. Like, what are you thinking? You think nobody's going to see this?
Mm-hmm.
The guy's running down the sideline all by himself. And you just ease your way back into the field of play, trip him. Boom. It is wildly absurd.
Yeah. I agree. That was dumb as hell. Like, this is present day NFL. Like, you can get away with that in like the 80s.
No. In the
70s.
40s.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Before TV? Sure.
I'm sure that's happened before.
Before it's the replay. But ever since there was more than 3 cameras on the field.
Jacoby Jones also had every right to beat his ass.
Yeah, he did. That was that one thing. Some dude had like 11 or 13 leg parlay, and that touchdown would have won him like $100,000.
I would have sued Mike Tomlin.
I think he might have. Dude, I remember something coming out about it afterwards because it was like some dude, some just, degenerate gambler. But it was like a 13 leg parlay that he was going to make. It was like over 100. I remember it being all over sports media and lost it because of that play.
That sucks. It
was like it was the 13th part. He had already gotten like the other 12. I think it was like Sunday night or Monday Night Football.
Imagine watching that happen.
Imagine being 12 legs in already. Success. And this is like, this one play starts coming down the sideline. You're like, you're already thinking about how you're going to spend the $100,000.
See, if that happened to a friend, I wouldn't even mention it to him. Like, that's something you don't.
Oh, you don't bring it up
ever.
No,
I wouldn't. Like I know
Act
somebody
like you didn't even know about the bet.
Yeah, but But if it would have happened to me, someone brought that up. I mean, I think I'd have to throw hands.
Got to.
That's like $100,000 on shit that should be rightfully yours.
Dude. That's my number 2 spot.
My number 3 spot, going back to it, I got Griffey not being unanimous for the Hall of Fame. And no disrespect to Mariano Rivera. Griffey is more deserving of a unanimous Hall of Fame ballot than he is. I mean, it's no fault of Mariano. This is the dumbass Hall of Fame voters because the Babe didn't get unanimous, so nobody should be unanimous.
Well, Griffey never won a title, right?
Who cares? He's Griffey.
So that's the only. I mean, I'm not saying that's any reason he shouldn't be. But he should be. But that would be like if you're one of these old dudes that has a vote. I guess you're only has it. So I've never looked into.
Willie Mays wasn't even unanimous.
I never looked into Hall of Fame voting in MLB. Is it like a weighted thing? Like, does each person go in, put their number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I don't know how it works like that.
Because unanimous, it would have to be because like NFL or no NBA, you get unanimous, and NFL there's a lot of unanimous because of the way I think you only go right in one person. So it would make sense to get unanimous if you can only pick one.
Yeah.
But some of them are weighted where you have like, you go in, you list your 1 through 5.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that you might be somebody's 2 and everybody else is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not unanimous.
Right.
I guess it depends on the way the voting is.
Okay, but still, it's Griffey.
Because that's like in the NFL, Russell Wilson has never gotten an MVP vote.
It should be like this. You should put them all in a room. Raise your hand if you think this guy's deserving the Hall of Fame. Boom. That's unanimous. If they don't raise your hand, you make that shit public. So, why don't you think that?
So you're saying everybody has a vote and each one is weighted equally?
Yes.
Okay. And you need X amount of votes to get in?
Yes.
So somebody might get 100 out of 100. Somebody might get 60 out of 100. Both get in. Yeah. One's unanimous.
Yeah. As long as you're over that 50% threshold, you're in the Hall of Fame.
So you're saying there could be multiple unanimous in one.
Yeah. Okay. Why not? Because if he's obviously a Hall of Famer, why shouldn't they be unanimous?
I see what you're saying.
Like Willie Mays, not unanimous Hall of Fame. That's equally bullshit to Griffey not getting it.
Fair. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Like we knew when Ken Griffey was with the fucking Cincinnati Reds, this dude's is a bona fide Hall of Famer. So why is he not unanimous? It's just dumb as hell.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get where you're coming from.
That was like the little rant I went on when I was drunk, and I put that on the notes.
That's fair, dude. I'm about to be there. I didn't realize I'm a third of this bottle and over.
Yeah, major shouts to Mr. Elijah.
Yeah, Craig himself. So wait, and see now I'm all backwards. So that was my.
Now it's your number 1.
3, 2, 2, 3. All right, so
yeah.
We're down
number 1. I'll get him my number 1.
Okay.
If we hit a golden buzzer, I swear to God.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Mine's terribly biased.
Mine's terribly biased too.
But you're not a fan. Because you're a bitch ass hater.
Oh, Saints, some Saints shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the no call.
The Saints no call.
All right, I didn't even think of that. If I remember,
obvious.
If I remember that, I would have put that.
It's the most blatant
pass interference. Like that was like the drop that made me stop being a Rams fan.
And the thing
like I couldn't even enjoy a Super Bowl of a team I rooted for since I was 10, just because it's the move to LA. Then I had to interact with LA fans, and then the no call happens. And the fans are sitting there pounding their chest like we accomplished something we didn't.
Okay,
I couldn't enjoy Super. I'm like, fuck, I can't. I don't fuck with this team.
I remember being in the back patio of Cat's Meow watching this game. I've never, and it was only a year after. Yeah, it was the year after the Minneapolis Miracle. After that bullshit happened, where game was over.
Yeah,
all we had to do was not let Minnesota score a touchdown. Literally 10 seconds left. Last play of the game, gave up a touchdown. I was in the like a downstairs bar in Fort Lauderdale at the time with my homies, and that was an absolute letdown. Only bigger letdown. The next year, I think if my timeline's adding up right. But everybody gets all worked up because they're like, oh, well, the Saints still had a chance to win it. Like they went to overtime, they could have won it. Well, the thing is, all they had to do was make that call. Game's over. Kneel it out. There was not enough time. Like that game, that play did determine or could have determined the ending.
Yeah.
Make the call, pass interference, first down, kneel it out, game over. We're in the Super Bowl.
And it was the most forgettable Super Bowl ever. And plus, man,
that was the like
Patriots just beating
12-9 or whatever. It was like a super dumb, low scoring game.
Hold on.
That was 2000. Super Bowl was in 2017. It was 2016 season, right?
Yeah, hold on.
Or no, it was 2018-19.
It was 13-3.
13-3. Okay.
Because Bill Belichick knew how to stop McVay.
What year was that?
2019.
That's right, because the 2018 Saints, best team to ever not win a title. Team was electric.
I'd say the fucking undefeated Patriots, dude.
Well, they were very injured at the end of the year. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I am right.
I've made that argument myself on this podcast. but no, the 2018 Saints, though, dude, that no call. The problem was it was so blatant. I've never seen such a blatant penalty not called.
Yeah.
It was clear from every angle. And the annoying part was the other guy ran up and he was like, "Hey, man, did you see any of that?" And they were like, "Nah, man." And like, they just agreed, like, "Okay, all right, no penalty." And everybody was losing their mind. Like, clearly that was the most obvious penalty we've ever seen.
Yeah.
No call.
No call.
That's my number one. Dumbest moment.
All right, my number one. Got to hop in our little time machine, go back to November 24th, 1968. The Buffalo Bills are playing the Denver Broncos. In this game, the Buffalo Bills go for 2 points against the Broncos, and they miss it.
Okay.
Broncos win that game by 2 points.
Okay.
And because of this, the Buffalo Bills now have the worst record in the NFL, meaning they have the number one draft pick, meaning they draft O.J. Simpson.
Wait.
Do I need to go on?
Okay. It's a wild happening of it. Dude, I've been waiting for OJ to come up. And dude, I was thinking that last episode, we ain't talked about OJ in a while.
So Buffalo drafts OJ Simpson.
But he had a 2,000-yard season, dude. It wasn't a bad move.
But because he got drafted by the Bills, he met Nicole Brown Simpson. And then somebody killed Nicole Brown Simpson. We don't know who. We'll
Fair.
make a top 10 suspect list with OJ one day.
I was literally telling somebody about that this week, and I was like, y'all seen D's DM'd OJ to come on about the top 10 Nicole Brown Simpson murder suspects? Oh, but anyway, but
then hold on.
Okay.
Because somebody killed Nicole Brown Simpson. We don't know who. OJ gets blamed for it.
Chain of events. Keep it going.
And who's OJ's attorney? One of them, that little all-star team of attorneys he has. Oh, no other than Rob Kardashian.
Rob Kardashian, that's right.
And because of that, he gets fame and notoriety.
Or Ross from Friends.
Yes, he played Rob Kardashian in that made-for-TV movie.
Yep.
And because Rob Kardashian gets this fame to him now, because he was OJ's handsome lawyer, his dumbass kids get some glam.
His daughter becomes friends with Paris
Hilton.
Yep.
And so Paris releases a sex tape.
Yep.
So what does Paris Hilton's dumb friend do to get her name out there? Makes a sex tape with Ray J.
Yep.
And because of that, what do we get? We get Keeping Up with the fucking Kardashians. And what do we get?
Shout out last episode.
Yeah. And what do we get because of Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Instagram influencers. This whole influencer culture. We get TikTok. We get Instagram. All this dumb shit because the fucking Buffalo Bills went for 2 against the Denver Broncos on November 24th, 1968.
I mean, that is a hell of a chain of events.
Butterfly flaps its wings. Earthquake happens.
What group was Ray J a part of?
Oh, shit.
Was it O-Town? No, it
wasn't OJ.
It was some group that I had no idea. Like, I recognized. I didn't realize that he was the guy.
Doesn't say.
No, dude. Ray J was part of some very popular group.
No, it doesn't say that.
because I know one of his songs, or I know one of the songs he's on. Put Ray J's biggest hit.
That's Sexy Canna.
Sexy Canna. Okay. But I thought that was a group.
Yeah, there's no group he was part of.
Sexy Canna.
Actually, pretty banging song.
Yeah, Sexy Canna is jam, dude.
Hold on.
I want to play that for the outro on this episode.
No, I'm laughing. I had to look. On his Wikipedia, it's listing his filmography. I also want to see if the sex tape was on.
Got to be number one, huh?
Yeah, there's nothing on here about him being in any group. But yeah, because of the dumbass Buffalo Bills went for 2 in a game where they didn't need to go.
No, if they lost by 2, they had to.
They lost by 2, but no, they went for 2 in the first half.
Oh, okay.
And then the Broncos kick a last-second field goal to win by 2.
Okay.
You fucks. You ruin everything.
Dude, let them know, dude. I mean,
that decision has altered American culture. Little did they know.
It's altered world culture. Going for 2.
Okay, I'll agree to that. Our culture, our Earth culture has changed.
The world has changed.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Do you think somebody went in a time machine and made them go for 2 and fucked all this up? Because something worse was
honestly, I hope so. I hope somebody did it on purpose.
Maybe the Buffalo Bills actually win that game. And
I mean, we're talking early in the 60s.
Hold on. Who had the second pick?
You would think there would be all these K-pop groups if it wasn't for social media influencers.
Right.
Like the world.
Thank you, OJ.
Hate to see it. And now Ice Stoner doesn't even make male gloves, dude. It's just such a shame.
He could have went to the Atlanta Falcons. He could have found a nice girl in Atlanta.
I mean, odds are, dude, we'd be in the same spot we are.
Or he could have found a nice girl in Philadelphia at the same time.
Hey, we'd still be in the same spot, dog. You ain't said nothing good yet.
I'm just saying.
That's fair.
He met Nicole Brown Simpson because he played for the damn Bills.
That's fair, dude. Okay, well. Anyway, so
I'm never letting this go.
Hey, that's fair. I mean,
because I wanted to know what happened in that Buffalo season that made them so bad that made them draft OJ Simpson. So I dug deep. So I kept that in the chamber for an episode like this.
I'm glad it came out.
I feel better.
It needed to.
I feel better.
So.
And when you put this on the gram, it's just going to say Buffalo Bills going for 2 points against the Broncos on November 24th, 1968. And everybody's like, what
the hell is he talking about? Yeah.
Good. List that.
I have to shorten it. Yeah. You know, for the sake of the graphic.
Bills going for 2 against Bronco. Or you could Buff going for 2 against Bronco. Yeah, I put the date. Make it more.
Yeah, 1962. Yeah.
In 1968. Just put that.
68. Okay. So that's y'all's Thursday episode. We have not talked about what we're doing next week.
No, we haven't. We did.
Oh.
No, we did.
Instant turnoffs. Oh,
dude,
that's gonna be a fun one, dude.
Because we get to talk about ourselves, but at the same time, we get to be haters. And I love being a hater. One of my favorite things is waking up in the morning knowing I get to hate on some shit.
So turnoffs. Honestly, some of them are going to be about like what I think is a turnoff for me.
This could be like a personality
flaw, and what's a turnoff with girls for me. It's going to be both ways.
Yeah, physical or personality wise for me.
Lot of both.
Yeah, we're going to be shallow.
I'm going to get uncomfortably specific.
Good.
With things that have happened with people.
Guess what? It's summer break. I'm going to be drunk for this episode.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, so we're doing instant turnoffs, and
I'm so pumped for that episode.
Yeah,
oh my God, I'm so pumped.
I didn't think about that at all. Oh, wait, we did a food one already.
This is going to be a must listen. Like, I want to bring somebody on, but I don't want to ruin it. Like, maybe we can just have somebody not rank with us, just sit in.
Oh, just for commentary?
Yeah.
I like that.
We'll find somebody sit in for commentary. Like,
okay. Because the thing is with instant, like turnoffs, that's one of those things that could be a million things.
Yeah, what's a turnoff for you could be a turn on for somebody else.
A lot of these lists we do, like, there's going to be a lot of overlap when you get started.
Mm-hmm.
The turnoffs, I feel like the fun part about that is it could be very specific instances.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I have some in mind right now that are not gonna be good.
Hey, that needs to be next Thursday. So we'll already record the Monday episode. We're a few drinks in.
I'll be a few in already. Okay. Well, anyway,
so that'll be next Thursday. Next Monday, I don't know what you get.
We'll feel it out. Anyway, all right. So rundowns. My number 10 spot. I got the touchback rule for fumbling the ball through the end zone. 9, Mike Tyson biting off Holyfield's ears. 8, Paul Pierce poops himself. 7, players drop the ball before the end zone. 6, Jean Van de Velde loses 3-shot lead on 18. 5, the butt fumble. 4, John Carney botches extra point. 3, the helmet catch. 2, Mike Tomlin trips Jacoby Jones. And number 1, the Saints no call.
Yeesh. All right. My number 10, I got Brett Favre unretiring twice. Number 9, I got the Buccaneers letting Bo Jackson visit. Number 8, I got Marshawn Lynch not getting the ball. Number 7, Conor McGregor boxing Floyd Mayweather. Number 6, I got Rich Rod backing out of the Bama deal. Number 5, Pete Rose gambling on baseball. Number 4, Barry Bonds using steroids. Number 3, Griffey not being unanimous for Hall of Fame. Number 2, Red Sox selling Babe Ruth for $100,000. Number 1, Buffalo Bills going for 2 points against the Broncos on November 24th, 1968, thus ruining the world.
That is, dude, I mean, that is a deep number 1. And I appreciate it.
Hey.
Because it is what it is.
Yeah, that's the day I live in infamy. I'm going to write a book on that shit. Just you wait.
As you should. I mean.
And the title of the book's going to be November 24th, 1968.
That's, dude, I love that.
Right. It's like people are like, what's this about?
I'll buy it, dude. I'm
like, it's going to be November 24th, 1968. Underneath it, the day the world changed and nobody knew it.
That's pretty genius. How is that not a book already?
Oh, I'm going to write that bitch.
Dude, rake it in, dude.
Chapter by chapter.
I feel like everybody our age would appreciate that content.
And everybody's like, oh, this is a silly book. No, I'm not being silly. I'm being dead ass serious.
Yeah, seriously. You can lay it out.
Mm-hmm.
Black and white.
Yep.
Anyway, all right. So that is y'all's.
With like a picture of like OJ's isotoner, like on the back flap. Yeah, like that little, like, you know how some books had like that, like a random ass symbol on it. Yeah. That'll be it.
Smart.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. So don't forget, go hit the 5 stars, hit the subscribe to the pod. I've noticed we got a handful of more reviews recently.
Oh, we have?
Got to go read them. I got to dive back in there. But hit the 5 stars. I mean, what are you doing, people?
Yeah.
You can do it on Spotify now as well.
That's right. You can.
I don't think you can leave a review on Spotify, but you can hit the 5 stars. So quit being stingy. Hit the 5 stars. Come back next week for more.
All right. Spread them with T. Said must listen to each episode. Thank you. Spread them.
Spread them.
Spread them.
Okay.
Hey.
Shout out. Spread them.
Good job. Spread them.
So yeah. And we will see y'all Monday again for more.
All right.
Till then.
Peace.